In this video, I'm going to talk about 3 mistakes that make voice actors' job booking percentage plummet. And if you watch this video all the way to the end, I have another special bonus waiting for you, so let's get right to it. Mistake number 1, overproducing your audio. That's right, I said overproducing. Many voice actors think that they need to make every single spot they give their clients sound just like a movie trailer from the 1970s. They put a ton of compression, a ton of equalization, and maybe even something weird like reverb just to make it sound more epic. The truth of it is, you never want to hear the producer's hand in your voiceover spot. If you're sending your audition or your audio to a competent engineer for a high-profile client, chances are they're going to want your audio completely raw anyway, so that they can apply their decades of experience to making your audio sound great. For clients who are expecting a little bit more of a finished product or a polished sound, they need to be able to drop your audio nice and cleanly into whatever music bed they have for their spot, and that means they don't want to be spending time trying to figure out how to make you not sound like a podcast or a radio broadcast. So keep your compression to a minimum and only add or subtract the amount of equalization you need to make your audio sound crisp and clean with just enough body to make it sound professional. No one should ever listen to your audio and say, "Man, this guy's editor sounds great." They should listen to your audio and say, "Man, this guy's voice sounds great." Mistake number 2, being too committed to the copy. This is a little bit more of an advanced technique, but just because it's written doesn't mean we have to read it. Now, that's not to say that you can take a piece of copy that some poor writer has spent a month trying to get just right and tear it to shreds. But when you're auditioning, sometimes it's nice to give it a little bit of your own character. Casting directors are hearing hundreds of these things come at them, and 99% of all actors are doing it the exact same way. While I'm not encouraging you to stand out in a bad way, I am encouraging you to not be so committed to reading everything exactly the way it's written, particularly when it comes to things like punctuation and line spacing. Just because there's a line break in the script doesn't mean you need to treat it like some big dramatic pause. One thing we often forget as voice actors is that we don't write the way that we speak. In an environment where we're trying as best as we can to come up with the most natural read possible, sometimes it's better for us to spend less time being a slave to the writing and more time making sure that we're being natural and conversational. This sort of technique is going to come with practice, but the earlier you're aware of the fact that you don't have to read everything the exact way it's written, the more likely you're going to be to put it into practice later on. Mistake number 3, not taking control of their own careers. This is a big one, which is why I saved it for last, and one that I know so many actors are guilty of. As creatives, we tend to think that somebody else is going to go get our jobs for us and we should just focus on the art. Many actors expect the jobs to come to them, but that's not the way it works. Even an agent whose job is to get you jobs only makes 10% on average of the payout of the jobs they book you. So that leaves 90% for you. Who do you think should be doing 90% of the work then? The actor. An actor needs to take control of their own career and create a diverse portfolio of clientele that enables them to weather the ebbs and flows that come with any creative industry and not have to worry about where their next meal is coming from. One of the most important things you can do as an actor is avoid approaching any job or audition from a position of desperation. You don't need it. Not only does that affect your mental health, but it also affects your reads, which then affects your booking percentage. So if you're coming at it desperate, you're gonna go down. Having a diverse client base that you achieve by making sure you're always being the best and most passionate advocate of your career will allow you the flexibility and confidence to weather any storm and walk away from jobs that don't fit you or don't pay fair rates. This flexibility and this confidence pays dividends, but it's more difficult to measure than dollars and cents. Making sure that you always keep the fact that you will be the best advocate for your career top of mind ensures that you won't be resting on your laurels waiting for the work to come to you. Don't be a starving artist. Be empowered. This problem is in part our own fault as actors. The voice acting industry is horrible about telling people that they're not ready to go out and book work. There's this whole list of things that we're supposed to do before we're allowed to go out there and start hunting clients and getting paid for our voices. The fact of the matter is, it's just not true. There's no defined checklist of things you need to do or complete before you're ready to be a voice actor. I booked my first job without any experience or demos or agents. As a matter of fact, I didn't really have any of those things until after I was a full-time actor for nearly 2 years. The bottom line is, you can't book work if you're not going out and looking for it because you're too busy getting that next coaching session or getting that next demo or waiting for somebody to notice you. These might all seem like really simple pieces of advice, but we often ignore the simplest things in our creative endeavors in favor of the more complicated problem, because it seems silly to us to fix such small things, but they make a big difference. Since you've gotten so far in this video, I can tell that fixing a couple of mistakes isn't going to stop you. You're obviously dedicated to learning the craft of voice acting, which is why I'm going to offer you a 10% off coupon to my comprehensive voice acting academy. In there, you're going to find everything from how to find your own work to how to break down audition copy, how to negotiate your work and get paid fairly and lucratively for this amazing job. Click on the link below and enter the code SIMPLETHINGS for 10% off the most comprehensive voice acting academy on the internet. And let me help you turn your voice into your vocation. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope you found it informative.